Moving into my number one, and they are my number one because they have done something that I don't think has ever been done since then. I don't know if it will ever be done again. They might not have been the most complete team. They might not have also dominated in their league as well as in Europe. But for me, my team is Zinedine Zidane's three-peat Real Madrid team. I had, unfortunately, I'll get to it in a minute, an experience of watching them win the third in a row in Santa Barbara against Liverpool. But if we just quickly look here, Zinedine Zidane's tenure as Real Madrid manager, 2016 to 18 is the one that I'm talking about. 3 Champions Leagues, we know. He wins a total of 2 La Ligas, 2 Super Cups, 2 FIFA World Cups. He wins FIFA Men's award approach. Yeah, his first spell took over from Rafa Benitez in January 2016, instantly stabilising the team to win 3 straight European Cups. I mean, I think that just solidifies it for you. The 27-18 season, yeah, despite finishing third in the league that season, they won 4 trophies out of 6, including the unprecedented third consecutive Champions League title, which made them the first team to achieve the feat since Bayern Munich, there you go, in 1976, and the first ever to do it twice. There was also Madrid's 4th European Cup in 5 years, and it was their 13th overall. Ridiculous. It starts off with the era where they play against Atletico. In that game, we know Sergio Ramos scores early. It's 1-1 after extra time, and it goes through to penalties. But if you just look at that kind of first iteration of this team, Keylor Navas in goal, Carvajal right back. We know how he goes on to be Sergio Ramos, who I've said is probably my greatest centre-back of all time. Pepe, solid. Marcelo, Casemiro, Modrić and Kroos, hell of a midfield. And it's that front three of Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous side there. I feel like on the bench, you've got like Isco and everything in there. If we move into the second one, it's an absolute pump-in against Juventus. It's 4-1. I remember I was coaching at the time out in the States, and I had a tournament. I remember at Twin Creeks Sports Complex, and all my games, bearing in mind America are 8 hours behind in California, so it's a 12 o'clock kickoff. And that day, all my games had finished up by about 11:30, so a few of us sat in the bar there and had a few drinks and watched this Champions League final, and it was a dicking. It was an absolute dicking. I mean, it's not a bad Juventus side there either. But yeah, again, it's Navas, Carvajal, Ramos, Varane's in there now. Marcelo, it's the same infield of Kroos, Casemiro and Modrić. They've been together for another year. It's Isco, Benzema and Ronaldo. Bale coming off the bench. You've got Asensio comes off the bench as well. Yeah, just absolutely solid. And then one that will forever be etched in my memory is the third one in the 2018 final against Liverpool. I was in Santa Barbara for it. Me, my brother Matthew, and at the time I was living with my mate Dan Neil. We went down to Santa Barbara and we went and watched it, and we couldn't find the bar to watch it in. Not thinking we were going to get it, and we had a hell of a day. I actually got cut off. I was so gutted after drinking there. It was probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon back in the day when I used to just hit it a bit hard. But yeah, just Liverpool made the Champions League final. It was the start of what Klopp was doing at Liverpool. But Madrid team just very, very comfortably. Obviously, we know Mo Salah does his shoulder in the game and it changes it all. But again, if you look at it, it's literally the same team. Ronaldo, Isco and Benzema start. Bale comes off to score that overhead kick. That's one of the best goals I've seen in the Champions League final. And they just seal it. And that Madrid team in Europe just kind of solidified for me what Real Madrid really are. What they are as a club, and in particular in the Champions League. That's what they're all about. And it did just feel inevitable, led by one of the greatest players of all time up front in Cristiano Ronaldo. And yeah, hell of a team. So they are my number one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.